Fake HOA demanded $10,000 for Sandbox. Their greed cost them everything. Have you ever wondered what happens when greed masquerades as authority? In the quiet cul-de-sac of Maple Grove, a single dad named Marcus thought he'd found peace for himself and his 6-year-old daughter, Lily. Their modest home came with a backyard perfect for a sandbox, a simple joy for a child who'd already lost so much after her mother's passing. But one sunny afternoon, a sharp knock at the door shattered their calm. Standing there was Karen, a self-proclaimed HOA president, demanding $10,000 for an unauthorized sandbox that violated her made-up rules. Marcus was stunned. There was no HOA in Maple Grove. Or was there? Karen, with her polished smile and a clipboard of forged documents, claimed the neighborhood had recently formed an HOA to maintain property values. She handed Marcus a fine for $10,000, citing the sandbox as a visual blight. Her tone dripped with condescension, warning that non-payment would lead to a lien on his home. Marcus, a mechanic who worked long hours, knew he couldn't afford that kind of money. He checked his deed. No HOA was listed. He called the county clerk, who confirmed Maple Grove had no registered homeowners association. Yet Karen's letters kept coming, each more threatening than the last. Neighbors whispered about similar fines: $5,000 for a garden gnome, $7,000 for a basketball hoop. Fear gripped the street, but Marcus wasn't one to back down. The truth began to unravel when Marcus met Sarah, a retired lawyer who'd just moved in next door. Over coffee, he shared Karen's demands. Sarah's eyes narrowed. "This smells like a scam," she said, offering to dig deeper. She scoured public records and found no trace of an HOA, but discovered Karen and her husband, Greg, had a history of shady business ventures. Sarah's twist came when she uncovered a bombshell. Karen had been posing as an HOA president in other towns, extorting thousands from unsuspecting homeowners before vanishing. Maple Grove was just her latest con. Sarah rallied Marcus and a few brave neighbors to confront Karen at her next HOA meeting, announced via a flyer slipped under every door. The showdown took place in Karen's pristine garage, transformed into a makeshift HOA headquarters with folding chairs and a banner proclaiming Maple Grove excellence. Karen, flanked by Greg, began her spiel about community standards when Marcus stood up, holding copies of Sarah's research. "There's no HOA here," he declared, his voice steady but fierce. "You're a fraud, Karen, and we've got proof." The room erupted. Neighbors shouted, demanding refunds for fines they'd paid. Greg tried to slip out, but Sarah blocked the door, her phone already dialing the police. Karen's composure cracked as she hurled insults, calling the neighbors ungrateful and sloppy. But the tide had turned. A quiet voice cut through the chaos. Lily, clutching her dad's hand, asked, "Why did you break my sandbox?" The room fell silent. Karen had no answer. Karen's empire of lies collapsed spectacularly. That night, police arrived to find her garage littered with fake HOA letterheads and forged signatures. Neighbors shared stories of her intimidation. She'd smashed Marcus's sandbox herself, claiming it was HOA enforcement. Others revealed she'd slashed tires and vandalized yards to scare them into paying. The police arrested Karen and Greg for fraud, extortion, and property damage. A local news crew, tipped off by Sarah, captured the scene as Karen was led away in handcuffs, her face a mask of rage. The next day, headlines screamed, "Fake HOA scammers busted." An audit revealed Karen had pocketed over $50,000 from Maple Grove alone. She and Greg faced years in prison, their own home seized to repay victims. Marcus got justice, but Lily's sandbox remained a painful memory. In the aftermath, Maple Grove transformed. Neighbors, once divided by fear, rebuilt trust. Marcus and Sarah organized a community barbecue, where kids played in a new sandbox built by the whole street for Lily. The event marked a fresh start, with laughter replacing Karen's threats. Marcus looked at his daughter, giggling with new friends, and felt a weight lift. Greed had tried to break them, but truth and unity prevailed. What do you think? How would you handle a bully like Karen? Share your thoughts on standing up to those who abuse power.